Hello everyone, welcome to Lukmaan IAS. Today we are going to have the Hindu newspaper analysis dated 29th of December 2023. In today's newspaper analysis, we are going to cover the most important articles from the newspaper. And apart from this, we have also included a mapping topic that we are going to discuss today. So let us see the list of articles that we are going to discuss in today's newspaper analysis. So we are going to cover these articles in today's analysis, okay? So let us see the first topic, which is going to be a mapping topic. So name of the topic is maritime shipping routes, okay? So today we are going to understand about some of the important maritime shipping routes in the world. Why are we understanding maritime shipping routes? It is because of many reasons. One of the most important reason is that recently what is happening, that all the ships, right, all the cargo ships that are passing through the Red Sea region, right, they are being attacked, they are being targeted by the Houthi rebels, right? And Houthis are the people, they reside in Yemen. So Yemen is a country, here we can see it is located to the south of the let's say Arabian Peninsula. So over here we have Yemen as a country, right? Yemen is a country, here Houthi rebels reside. So these Houthi rebels are targeting all those ships that are passing through Red Sea. Where is Red Sea located? Red Sea is located over here, okay? This is the location of Red Sea. Then there is a strait also. This is a choke point. This is known as the Strait of Bab el Mandeb, okay? Since the ships that are passing through the Strait of Bab el Mandeb that are going towards the Red Sea, these ships are being attacked. So the thing is, one of the largest company, shipping company in the world, it has decided to, let's say acquire another route, means to follow another route to carry those goods. Now what they are doing, instead of carrying those goods through this particular route, they are going all the way to the south of African continent. They are taking it through the Cape of Good Hope, and they are following this particular route to deliver those goods. I mean, the shipping companies are now following a very, let's say, lengthier route or longer route to send those goods, right? So this is the thing. So that's why the Red Sea region was in news, and we have done mapping of the Red Sea region earlier also, okay? So now let us understand about some important key points. What are those key points? One of the key points is Cape of Good Hope. This Cape of Good Hope is in news in today's newspaper article, right? So where is it located? This is the location of Cape of Good Hope. Cape of Good Hope is located to the south, right? The southernmost point of African continent. It is the southernmost point over here, we can see Cape of Good Hope. And if we talk about the Strait of Bab el Mandeb, this is in news many a times. This is the Strait of Bab el Mandeb. So Strait of Bab el Mandeb, what it does, on one side there is Red Sea, right? To the north of it there is Red Sea, and to the south of it we have Gulf of Aden, okay? We have Gulf of Aden. So these are the, and like here, over here we have a Strait of Bab el Mandeb, okay? Strait of Bab el Mandeb. This is the thing, okay? So on one side there is Red Sea, to the northern side we have Red Sea. Over here, this is Red Sea, this is Gulf of Aden, and this is Strait of Bab el Mandeb. So this is also important. Now apart from this, we have, let's say, Suez Canal. So where is Suez Canal located? Suez Canal is also very important. Basically, over here, as we discussed earlier, there is a Sinai Peninsula, okay? Let me draw the location of Suez Canal, right? Suez Canal. We will understand where is Suez Canal located, but for that you need to have an understanding where is Sinai Peninsula located. Let's say this is Sinai Peninsula, right? To the south of Sinai Peninsula, over here we have Red Sea. We have Red Sea, right? To the south of Red Sea we have a strait. This is considered to be a choke point. This is known as the Strait of Bab el Mandeb, as we discussed, right? A Strait of Bab el Mandeb is located over here. We have Gulf of Aden. Gulf of Aden to the south of it. This is Sinai Peninsula. As we discussed earlier, this is Sinai Peninsula. To the right of Sinai Peninsula over here we have Gulf of Aqaba. To the left of it over here we have Gulf of Suez. Then to the north of it over here we have what? Suez Canal. What does Suez Canal do? It connects the Gulf of Suez with Mediterranean Sea. Where is Mediterranean Sea located? Mediterranean Sea is located over here. Okay, Mediterranean Sea. So this is the thing. So this location is showcased over here. Very small region. So that's why I have drawn a bigger map for you so that you understand about this region, right? And like if we talk about name of countries that are located, let's say like, you know, either side over here, we have Saudi Arabia. To the south of Saudi Arabia, we have Yemen. Over here, this Sinai Peninsula itself is a territory of Egypt. Over here, we have a country which is Egypt. Then we have Sudan. To the south of Sudan, we have Eritrea. To the south of Eritrea, we have over here near to the Strait of Bab el-Mandeb, we have Djibouti. Okay, we have a country which is known as Djibouti. So this is the mapping of this particular region. You need to understand where are these locations there. Okay, so now in this map itself, they have located, let's say, Strait of Gibraltar. This is important, the Strait of Gibraltar. So Strait of Gibraltar is an opening point, right, for the Mediterranean Sea. You can see, right, you know, from here they will be passing through Strait of Gibraltar. Over here we have Bosphorus Strait, then Strait of Hormuz, Suez Canal, Strait of Bab el-Mandeb, Strait of Malacca, or it is known as Malacca Strait. Then we have Cape of Good Hope. We have Panama Canal, okay, Panama Canal over here. So these are some important locations related to international maritime shipping routes. In your free time, you download this PDF, go through these shipping routes and practice little bit, right? Try to locate the important places that will be, let's say, helpful for you. Now let us understand about this topic. It says Houthis attack a threat to global shipping. So the global shipping, the map that we have discussed just now. So this article is related to that map, or that map was related to this article. We can say either ways. Okay. So the thing is here, what is happening? Houthis are attacking, right? Houthis are attacking all those ships that are passing through Red Sea. Okay, let's say this is the Red Sea region, and here we have Yemen as a country, right? Yemen is a country over here. So people from Yemen, they are attacking those ships that are passing through the Red Sea. And since they are attacking, right, we need to understand about some of the things associated with this. So for that, let us write down the name of the topic, and then we are going to discuss in detail about this topic. So the topic says Houthi attacks, a threat to global shipping. Houthi attack, a threat to global shipping. So let us understand about this now. Now let us understand who are Houthis. This is a very important question, is, let's say, who are Houthis and why they are attacking, right? Why they are attacking. Why they are attacking the ships that are passing, right? Why they are attacking the ships that are passing through the Red Sea, right? So we are going to, let's say, try to answer these questions. Houthis are those people who are located or who are situated in Yemen. So who are Houthis? Houthis are residents, right? Houthis are residents of Yemen, and they represent a, let's say, grouping. This is known as rebel group. Okay, Houthis are a rebel group. And who are supporting Houthis? Houthis are being supported by, okay, they are being supported by Iran. Okay, Iran supports Houthis. Why Iran supports? Because let's say Iran is a major power in the Gulf region. Okay, it is a major power and it supports, let's say, like, Palestinian people. They raise their voice in favor of Palestinian, in support of Palestinians. Now what is happening in that region, as we know, now Israel is attacking the Palestinians, right? And they have attacked on the Gaza Strip, and many people have been displaced also from, let's say, like northern portion of Gaza to the southern portion of Gaza. And now Israelis are attacking on the southern portion of Gaza also. Okay, they are attacking on the southern portion of Gaza as well. Now what is happening? Many Palestinians have been killed. More than 16,000 Palestinian people have been killed. Majority of them are women and children. So Houthis are basically residents of Yemen and they are in solidarity with the Palestinians. So they want to stop any kind of support to Israel. Means, like, many countries like United States of America, UK, they are providing, let's say, support to Israel. So Houthis, what they are doing, that, like, any ship that is passing through that particular region, any ship that is passing through this region, which is known as, let's say, the Red Sea region, they are targeting on those ships. Why? Because they want to protect the Palestinians. This is the thing. So why they are attacking ships? Because they don't want any support to be given to Israelis. This is the thing. Now what has happened? I mean, like, they are not selectively attacking the ships. They are attacking on each and every ship that is passing through the, let's say, Strait of Bab el-Mandeb or through the Red Sea region. And since they are indiscriminately attacking those ships, one of the ship that was, let's say, like, one of the ship, it was a Liberian ship, Liberian flag ship. It was coming from the Red Sea region towards India. That sea has also sustained an attack on it. And how these Houthis are attacking? Basically, Houthis have weapons. What kind of weapons? Houthis have what kind of weapons? They have missiles. Okay, they have missiles. They have unmanned aerial vehicles, right? Using missiles, using UAVs, using drones, they are attacking on various regions, various ships, and these attacks are so much precise that, like, ships are actually like targeted. Ships actually, let's say, sustain the damage, right, because of this thing. So now the question arises that, like, is it a threat to global shipping? No, it's not a threat to the global shipping. Why? Because, like, although 12% of the global shipping, let's say all the global cargo, 12% of global cargo passes through the Red Sea region, passes through, let's say, Gulf of Suez or Suez Canal. But the thing is, there are other way around as well. For example, one of the shipping company, right? That shipping company, it's known as Maersk. What it is started doing? Maersk is started, let's say, like, they have begun rerouting the vessels around the Africa via the Cape of Good Hope, that we have just seen. Okay, so now what has happened? There was another ship that was hijacked. Okay, name of the ship is known as maritime vessel Ruin, R-U-E-N. The maritime vessel Ruin, I mean, like, it was also hijacked by the Houthis in that region. So are other countries doing something about it? Yes. So what other countries are doing? Basically, United States of America, USA has started a kind of sea route security initiative. They have started a sea route security initiative for Red Sea region. Okay, for Red Sea region, for Red Sea region. And what is the name of this initiative? Name of this initiative is known as Operation, right? Prosperity Guardian. Name of this operation is Operation It is known as Operation Prosperity Guardian. Okay, it is known as Operation Prosperity Guardian. So this is an operation that USA has started. So USA has started, let's say, like, bringing in other countries also that are affected because of the attack on the Red Sea region. Okay, so it is an initiative by the United States of America, and United States of America have deployed, okay, what they have done, they have basically deployed their one of their program for safeguarding this Red Sea region. Okay, and they are, let's say, cooperating with other member countries also in this region. So this is the thing. However, this particular Red Sea region plays a very important role in the global maritime shipping, right? It plays very important role. Now let us discuss about this topic. It says anti-Zionism versus anti-Semitism. Okay, this is a very conceptual topic. Okay, very much conceptual topic. It is from, let's say, international relations for our point of view, but we are going to understand about this topic in detail. Okay, this is topic number 2. What is the name of the topic? It says anti-Zionism versus anti-Semitism. Anti-Zionism versus anti-Semitism. So let us understand what do we mean by Zionism, what do we mean by Semitism. So to understand anti-Zionism, we need to understand about Zionism. What? We need to understand Zionism. What is Zionism? Zionism is a political movement. Okay, it's a political movement. And what is this movement? This is a political movement to establish the state of Israel. Okay, to establish the state of Israel. Recently, the Prime Minister of Israel, right, PM of Israel, has talked about a greater Israel. What he has talked about? He has talked about greater Israel in United Nations. So what does greater Israel include? Greater Israel includes 3 things. Number 1, the present day state of Israel. Number 2, it includes Gaza Strip. And number 3, it includes West Bank. Okay. So how did Semitism, let's say, like, how did Zionism come into being? How it come into being? So related to Zionism, there are 2 important events that has happened. Okay, there are 2 important events that has happened. We are going to understand about those important events also, right? Number 1 was Balfour Declaration. Okay, Balfour. Number 1 was Balfour Declaration that has happened in 1917. I'm going to discuss about what do we mean by Balfour Declaration. Number 2, right, is 1948 Declaration of so number 2 was UN Resolution 181 Clause 2 of 1947. UN Resolution 181 Clause 2 of 1947. What they what both of them led to happen. So they have, let's say, these led to Zionists cited both these documents in their May 1948 Declaration of Independence. Okay, so what they have done, the Zionists, they have declared, right, Zionist Declaration of Independence. Declaration of Independence in May 1948. So let us understand in detail what has happened. Basically, long back, to understand this particular thing, we need to understand a map, right? We need to understand a map. So let me quickly draw a map for you so that you can have little bit understanding about the issue that we are discussing. So over here and over here, here we have Gaza Strip. Okay, this is known as Gaza Strip. Here we have West Bank. Okay, it is West Bank. Here we have Israel. Okay, this is State of Israel. Now, when we talk about Gaza Strip, here Palestinian people reside. Okay, Palestinian people reside, or we can say it is Palestinian territory. West Bank is also a Palestinian territory. Okay, it is also a Palestinian territory. Israel is occupied by Jews. Okay, those people who follow Zionism. Okay, so they are Jews. So basically what has happened, long back, this entire region used to be part of Ottoman Empire. But later on what has happened means, like, it was part of Turkey. Later on, let's say, earlier it was part of Ottoman Empire, then the Britishers have colonized this particular region, but Britishers have left this region, but it was under the control of Turkey. But in 1907, the Britishers, let's say, like one of the foreign minister of British government, he has declared Balfour Declaration. In that declaration, they have said that we will help the Jews to create their own homeland. Okay, we will help the Jews to create their own homeland, where in in this particular region that will be called as Israel. So this was a kind of declaration that the Britishers have made. But at the time of declaration, Britishers did not own this particular territory. Means, like, this was not a territory of Britishers. Long back, Britishers had, let's say, colonized this particular region. But at the time of Balfour Declaration, this region was under Turkey. Later on, what has happened? The United Nations General Assembly, they have passed a resolution. This is known as Resolution 181 Clause 2 of 1947. In that resolution, they have, let's say, recognized that, Jews will have a state of Israel. And later on, they have declared independence, that now we are an independent state. Now we have our own territory. So accordingly, they have created a state of Israel, but this was not their region. So, there were many other places that were under Palestinians. But there have been series of warfare, right? In 1948, there was, there was war. In 1963 or 1967, there was war. 1973, there was war. There were, let's say, series of warfare. One of the war is known as Yom Kippur War, that has also happened. So it was a kind of, let's say, struggle between the Palestinians and Israel to have dominance over the territory, right? But presently, if we talk about this particular region, which is West Bank, and this region, Gaza Strip, here Palestinian people reside. This is the state of Israel. But the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, what he says that we want to have greater Israel. That greater Israel will consist of Israel, Gaza Strip, and West Bank. So is it allowed? So this is, internationally it is not allowed, because, these two territories are of Palestinians. But long back, what Palestinians have done, there was an organization which is known as Palestinian Liberation Organization. They had recognized the state of Israel long back. So this has given legitimacy also to Israel. That's the thing. So this is Zionism. Zionism means it was a political movement for establishing this state of Israel. So these are some of the history related to it. Now let us talk about anti-Zionism, and then we will understand about anti-Semitism. Okay, anti-Semitism. Now let us understand about anti-Zionism. So what is anti-Zionism? This is a kind of political ideology. It's a political opposition, right? Opposition to political ideology of Zionism. We can say it is opposition to political ideology of Zionism. Okay, opposition to political ideology of Zionism. This is known as anti-Zionism. Now let us understand about anti-Semitism. What do we mean by anti-Semitism? That's also important. Anti-Semitism. What is anti-Semitism? Basically, here this anti-Semitism is a kind of religious, ethnic, or cultural, let's say, it's a kind of prejudice against Jews in the form of prejudice against Jews in the form of, let's say, it takes the form of religious, ethnic, and cultural aspects. In the form of religious, ethnic, and cultural aspects. Okay, cultural aspects. This is the thing. I hope the meaning is clear. Anti-Zionism, it's a political movement. It's a kind of anti-Semitism. It's a prejudice that people hold against Jews. Prejudice that, let's say, people hold against, let's say, Jews, their religion, their ethnicity, their cultural aspects. This is the thing. So in this article, what the author is saying, if anti-Zionism is now limited to the criticism of Israel's politics towards Palestine, any opposition to the land grab that Israel is trying to do in the name of Zionism cannot be called anti-Semitism. Okay, so the author is trying to make a distinction that, like, Zionism is like they are Israelis are trying to capture land, and if there are opposition to it, that is anti-Zionism. That opposition cannot be, let's say, called as anti-Semitism. It should not be, let's say, connected with religious or ethnic aspects. It should be considered to be a political aspect only. Okay, that's the thing. Now let us move to another article. It says India's stationary course in the shipping value chain. Basically, in this article, the author has talked about one of the river which is known as Yangtze River. So Yangtze River is, let's say, one of the largest river that originates from China. This Yangtze River, let's say, this river flows through China, and here Chinese government or China has huge number of ships that pass through it, and Chinese are taking benefit of this river. How? Chinese are generally using this river for their shipping purposes. They are generating revenue out of it. So they have started, let's say, they are benefiting because of this particular river. Although in India we have huge number of rivers, but the thing is, through those rivers we are hardly utilizing those rivers for any kind of shipping cargo or shipping thing. But here in this article, the author has talked about that nowadays, if you talk about Suez Canal or Panama Canal, huge number of ships are passing through it. And how these ships are passing? Because these, if you talk about Suez Canal, it's a man-made canal that connects the Red Sea with the Mediterranean Sea. And this has actually helped the shipping companies. It has helped those companies that are transporting cargo. And huge number of people are benefiting out of it. But the thing is, but in India, we are not doing much related to this. So in this article, the person has, let's say, talked about some previous governments who have initiated some let's say, projects related to it, but these projects have not fulfilled, have not reached its potential. Author talks about maritime agenda of 2020 that sought to increase India's share of global shipping from less than 2% to modest 5% in a decade, and proposed a vague roadmap that included SOPs to achieve it. So author says that government of India has initiated one or other project. One of the project is known as Sagarmala. Okay, there is a talk of Sagarmala, but the yards are seeing only naval ship orders. Okay, these are the things. I mean, Sagarmala is, let's say, connecting different, what we say, islands across India. But the thing is, now the government of India is only ordering creation of the naval ships. I mean, they are related to defense. They are not related to cargo ships. So basically, author says that boosting ship owning, chartering, financing, and building would not only push India to the center of the global maritime industry, but also enhance its international trade presence. Author is saying that, what India should do to enhance its international trade presence. We need to own ship, we need to build ship, we need to deploy ship, we need to use those ship for maritime trade. Now we came to another article. This article is again important. It says Pegasus spyware targeting journalists in India. Okay, so this is a very good article. There are, let's say, two related articles today. One article was in page number 12, other article was in page number 1. Okay, so let's discuss about this topic in detail. What is this topic? Is Pegasus spyware targeting journalists in India? Is Pegasus spyware targeting journalists in India? Let's discuss about this quickly. So let us understand what is this Pegasus, right? What is Pegasus that we are discussing? Okay, Pegasus is important for us to understand. So Pegasus is a, what is this? Pegasus is a spyware. What do we mean by spyware? Spyware, a software. It's a software that is used to spy, a targeted individual or organization. Okay, targeted individual or organization. That is spyware. Which company makes it, right? This Pegasus spyware has been made by an Israeli company. Okay, it has been made by a Israeli company. What is the name of the company? It is known as NSO. Okay, NSO, name of the company is NSO. They made it. To whom they make it available? Are they selling it to the private companies also? No. What NSO is doing? NSO sells Pegasus. Okay, it sells Pegasus only to sovereign governments. Okay, NSO sells Pegasus only to sovereign governments. Means the sovereign governments purchases the software related hardware from NSA group, and this software and hardware is being used by intelligence agency of that particular country. And intelligence agency, why they use it? So that they can let's say, intercept any kind of terror activity, right, as a anti-terrorist measures. So NSA group, let's say like, NSO group, it says that their customers are the sovereign countries, and only the spying agencies or like, only the defense establishments of the sovereign country are using it against any kind of let's say terrorism activities. So these are used by anti-terrorism organizations. However, the Pegasus software has been a center point of controversy. What is the controversy? We are going to understand. Okay, what is the controversy associated with Pegasus software? Okay, so let me write down it as Pegasus controversy. So what is the Pegasus controversy? So number one, in India, Pegasus was used just a minute, In India, Pegasus was used, right? Pegasus was used against journalists. Number two, it was used against, let's say, opposition member parties, opposition political parties, opposition members. And this is what this particular newspaper article says. This article says that, like, there were like alerts by, like, how did we get to know? Like, Apple has given alert. Apple company, it has given alert to, let's say, many opposition member countries, many opposition members, and also they have given alert to journalists. For example, here they have mentioned about one of the journalists, The Wire, founding editor of The Wire, Siddharth Vardharajan. They have also mentioned about another person, right? Another person, and that person is like Anand Mangnale, and he is of South Asia editor of the Organized Crime and Corruption Report Project. Okay, here they have talked about, let's say, name of the journalist also. What are those journalists? Here one of the journalists is of The Wire, Siddharth Vardharajan, and other, like, let's say, like, of OCCR. Okay, OCCR. What is this OCCR? P, Organized Crime and Corruption Report Project. Okay, Organized Crime and Corruption Report Project. So this is the thing. So this particular spyware is a kind of, what route does it follow? What is the mechanism that it follows to actually target the people? So this is the kind of attack that it does is known as zero-day attack. Okay, it is known as zero-day attack. And apart from this, they have given another name also to this kind of attack. Okay, another name also to this attack. So it is also known as zero-click exploit. Okay, it is also known as what? Zero-click exploit. So the thing is, you don't need to download any application, right? You don't need to download the Pegasus application. You don't need to give permission to it so that it gets the data. It follows some, let's say, like, some route that utilizes the vulnerabilities of the operating system of your computer, of your mobile phone. For example, if it is of Apple, its vulnerability is being used by Pegasus. If it is of Android, its vulnerability is being used by Pegasus. And without your knowing, it gets access to your voice, it gets access to videos, it gets access to everything in your mobile. Okay, so this is how Pegasus is being used. So there is a related article to this also. This is, let's say, like, related article. It was there in page number 1. It says, Pegasus spyware found on journalist phone after Apple alert, says Amnesty. So Amnesty International is a kind of, let's say, like, there is a security lab of the Amnesty International. As we all know, Amnesty International is an NGO, international NGO, And so they have reported that the Wire News website, Siddharth Vadrajan, the editor of Wire News, he and let's say another person, they were being attacked by Pegasus. And so the thing is, whether the union government have accepted that they have done something like this, they have not accepted it. Means like they have not denied also, and they have not accepted that they have done it. And the thing is, long back a case went to the Supreme Court of India also. There the central government said that we will not be sharing any information because it is a matter of national security. Okay, so they have taken that thing. But the thing is, here in this article they say that trade data show that the Intelligence Bureau imported hardware in 2017 from the Pegasus maker NSO Group of Israel. Okay, so Intelligence Bureau has imported hardware from the NSO Group of Israel in 2017, long back, 5-6 years back itself. Okay, so let us now move to another article. This article gives us a good news. What happened? That Qatar court drops death penalty for 8 Indians. As we all know that 8 Indian former Navy officials, so they were earlier working in Navy, Indian Navy. So after their retirement, they started working for a private company, right? That name of the private company is known as Dhara, its name is Dhara Global. So Dhara Global Defense Services is a kind of private company. It is a company of Qatar, and in that company, these 8 former Navy personnel were working as consultants. And the thing is, the Qatari officials have arrested these persons on the charges of espionage, on the charges of spying. And after arresting, the lower court in Qatar has given death sentence to these 8 people. So this has been a point of controversy for a long time from 2022 onward, and the Indian officials, Indian government, they were trying to get diplomatic access to these people. Although diplomatic access was granted to these people, but earlier death sentence was not reversed. But the Indian officials, they have approached the Court of Appeal in Qatar, and the Court of Appeal have reversed what they have done. They have dropped the death penalty. However, they were not freed. Means still there are charges against them, and many charges are there. Those charges are not disclosed as of now. So what was the controversy all about? Basically, it is reported through newspaper articles that Qatar was in the process of acquiring a stealth submarine, a stealth nuclear submarine. And these 8 personals, through the newspaper article, these 8 personals were spying upon it, trying to gather intelligence information. And how those intelligence information will be utilized? So it was reported in the newspaper that they were spying for Israel. Means Israel was gathering those intelligence information through these persons. However, Dhara Global Defense Services, they have taken down their website. That company is no longer in existence, but Indian nationals are stranded in the jail of Qatar. Okay, so this image that we see, it is recently in Dubai. There was a conference of Party 28 where the Prime Minister of India has visited, and he is the Amir of Qatar, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. Okay, so that's the thing. Now we came to another article. This article is again important, very short article. So this article talks about International Space Station, right? So what is International Space Station? The structure that we can see over here, this is International Space Station. What happens in International Space Station? Basically, here we send astronauts, we send human beings. They go over here, they reside here, let's say for about a week or so, and they do microgravity experiments over there. And this International Space Station, let's say this is Earth. International Space Station is located at about 400 kilometers above the surface of the Earth. So International Space Station is located where? It is located in low Earth orbit, okay, low Earth orbit or LEO, right? Low Earth orbit extends from, let's say from the surface of the Earth till 2000 kilometers, But this International Space Station is located at a distance of about 400 kilometers from the surface of Earth. So this International Space Station does not belong to a single country. There are about 5 countries in the world. For example, the United States of America, there is presence of Russia, Canada, Japan. I mean, like, 5 countries are there. So you need to check yourself which countries are part of it. So basically what has happened, Russia and US space agencies have agreed to deliver crews to the International Space Station until 2025. Russian corporation Roscosmos said an agreement was reached to continue cross flights until 2025 inclusive. Okay, so means like they have agreed that till 2025 they're going to send astronauts, like Russia is going to send, US is going to send. So it's a collaborative project. Okay, this is the thing. So with this, we have short articles, 2 short articles. They are not much important. It says despair in distress. The farming crisis is forcing youth to take illegal migration. So in this article, they have discussed about the United States of America, USA. In USA, what is happening? People are migrating to USA from different countries. Okay, people are migrating, migration is happening to US from different countries. And many a times the migration is of illegal nature. Why illegal nature? Because those people who are going to USA, they do not have proper legal document. They do not have visa. So how do they go? They do go through a different country, right? Border of a different country like Canada, or they go through the border of Mexico, like that. So recently, about a huge number of people, 303 Indians were detained at a French airport. Okay, they were suspected that they are trying to illegally, let's say, enter into USA through France and all. So these people have been deported from there, and 20 people stayed back and they have sought asylum over there. So now if we talk about illegal migration, right, that's a problem not only for USA but for many countries around the world. In this article, they have talked about that during COVID-19 also many people were trying to enter into USA, and that time the President Donald Trump, what he has done, he has used Title 47 of the US Code that deals with public health, empowering border agencies to turn away asylum seeker even without a hearing. Okay, so like US government, they have used Title 42. Title 42 is a kind of law. That law is related to health and safety. Okay, it is related to health and safety. And using these provisions, the bordering agencies, right, bordering agencies have been given authority that you can turn away people who are seeking asylum without even hearing, right? That was the thing. So this article is related to that. Now we have another short article. It says old and strong. So in this article, they have discussed about India and Russia relationship. Okay, India and Russia relationship. So the relationship between India and Russia is old, and the relationship is strong. And recently from India, the Foreign Minister of India, S. Jaishankar, okay, Foreign Minister of India, S. Jaishankar, has visited, right, Russia, and he has met with Vladimir Putin. He has met with Mr. Putin also, and he has met Sergei Lavrov, I think the Foreign Minister of Russia. He has met with the Foreign Minister of Russia there, and they have talked about, let's say, cooperation related to some of the aspects. So in this article, they have discussed about international north-south transport corridor. They have discussed about, let's say, many important things also in this article. So Kudankulam nuclear power project, fostering connectivity, then Eurasian Economic Union, India free trade agreement, and also international north-south transport corridor. These things are mentioned in this article. The international north-south transport corridor was earlier in news. We have discussed in detail also. So that's all from my side for the day. Thank you so much everyone for attending today's session. I hope you have a good day ahead. Thank you.